So then, Kristof, talk us through your most memorable carp capture of all time.
Yes, for sure the trip at Orellana 2022. It was a really special trip. I went there with our Fox media coordinator Jurica. So the main goal of the session was to film a great video, and yeah, for sure on the video you need to catch some fish. And I was fishing Orellana first time 2019, and that trip couldn't really started better, because in first less than 24 hours I caught 50-pound plus common. And yeah, on that trip was target to add another country over 50 pound, and yeah, I managed in the first 24 hours, what was amazing. And from that moment the lake really found a special place in my heart. The atmosphere there, the nature is just amazing. They didn't stock the fish for more than 40 years, so everything is just natural reproduction. So yeah, it's special feeling to catch that fish there, really. And that was one of the reasons why I really want to go back. Yeah, one of my goals for the future, which is quite impossible to really achieve, is to catch 30 kilo plus at Orellana. And yeah, on that trip really started unexpected, I would say, because the area which we choose, the shallow part of the lake, was completely covered with the weed. So that year the water level was the lowest in the last 10-15 years at Orellana. And because the water was so down, place where I caught this 50-pound fish 3 years before was out of the water. So yeah, it was a little bit confused, because yeah, I planned to fish different spot that I fished on the end. And yeah, when I went with the boat out, I saw that situation is even worse than it looks like on the first look from a bank, because not just weed which we saw on the surface, there was also lots of weed just 50-40 centimeters under the surface. So, and the biggest challenge was to really find not just clean spots for fishing, but also how I will drive with the boat out and in. So to drop the rig and also to land the fish was the only option, like from the boat. So yeah, I found this line somehow, like in which areas I could even start like searching the spots. I found the spots, and one spot was really small. That's the spot where I caught very special fish later. And because of at Orellana many times there is problem with the crayfish, I choose monster tiger nut and sweet tiger and coral boilies. And together with boilies I feed also with tiger nut and a mix of particles. So, and that was really the best option, I would say, because I saw a couple other anglers in that area where I fished having many problems with the crayfish. So I always, when I drop the rig, I want to leave it 48 hours if there is no action or no take like before. And yeah, just we finished this 8-day trip with 32 fish. What was really special, I caught 3 mirror carp. And normally at Orellana, if you caught 100 common, like 100 carp, maybe there is just 1 mirror in between. And I think was the 4th day of the session. It was in the middle of the day, and that day was completely no wind on the lake. So normally at Orellana you always need wind to be successful, but that day was completely like no wind, was like the water was completely flat. And when I went down to this small hole, it was on around 250 meters from a bank. Hole like maybe 1.5 meter big, and maybe water 2 meters deep. So yeah, I saw every single tiger on the bottom when I dropped the rig and I fit. And yeah, I just dropped the rig and went with the boat back on the bank without motor because it was so windy on this part. And when I dropped the rod on the rod pot, the braided line was really tight, so I wasn't sure what is going on. I was thinking maybe I tangled something in the weed or something. But yeah, in the next second I just saw that the braided line like is going like slowly down from my reel, and I was just like, I think Yuritsa, I really have a take. Like how? I just don't know. And we jumped in the boat and went direction where my rig was. And when we came there, I checked my reel and there was still lots of plates for to put like more braid on a reel. So I was just like, okay, this fish went really far in the weed. And it was true, like the fish went like 60 meters away, because when I drove back with the boat there was no clutch. I was just like leaving the line down from the reel, and the fish just swim like without the pressure, like there was no power like on her. And yeah, I really clean with the hands like the line, and yeah, with one hand I had like the line in one hand, with other hand I cleaned the line, putting the weight down. And I think we need more than half an hour really to come to the knot where I have like where braided line is going on a fluorocarbon. So the last 20 meters I'm using fluorocarbon always. And I still didn't feel the fish at all. So the fish was so tangled in the weed that there was no moving at all. And then we went farther, and when I saw the top of the lead core, just maybe a second later, I saw like the big body of the fish, and I saw just big scales there. I was just like, oh my god, this big scaly. And in the next moment the fish just went down deeper, and I see her like again, like really clear, and I was just like, this is I think 25 kilo fish. And yeah, in the first try really I put the fish with the hands in the landing net, and yeah, then just emotions came out, because yeah, on that big lake to catch fish that way with I would say with the hands and with such a difficult conditions is really special. And when you drive 2,500 kilometers one direction, yeah, it is really good feeling to catch such a special fish. So yeah, that fish wasn't only really beautiful, but also was 23.5 kilo. What is now, so I caught at Orellana now 50 pound plus common and mirror. And yeah, how I mentioned already, it was crazy successful trip with 32 fish on the end in 8 days. And yeah, I really can't wait to go back, to be honest. And yeah, my plan is to go there next year. And I think I will returning to the lake so long that maybe one day I will be lucky enough to really catch a 30 kilo fish there.